And it opens to the public tomorrow. Tonight, it's an invitation-only black tie gala. RPM tonight opens Daytona USA. Some of the biggest names in NASCAR and racing all over here tonight. The King, Richard Petty, the 7-time Daytona 500 winner and also 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion. Darrell Waltrip stretched his fuel mileage in 1979 to win his first Daytona 500. He's here along with the most recent winner of the Daytona 500, Dale Jarrett. The party is just about ready to start, so let's send it out now to Bill France Jr. to officially open Daytona USA.
Also, Jimmy Chapman, friends, dear children, as we're ready now to clip the ribbon and officially open Daytona USA.
The ribbon has been cut. The people are getting ready to walk through the tunnels. These are tunnels, a replica of what you drive under turn 4 to get to the infield of Daytona International Speedway. That's Bill France Jr., President, CEO of NASCAR. Bringing them in. Here come the first guest coming through. That's Felix Sabates, the owner of the number 42 Pontiac. And there's the King, Richard Petty, along with his wife. And they are starting to come in. The party is just about set to get underway. You get a good look inside of this interactive theme park. I'm telling you what, there are just tons of things for you to do and enjoy if you are a racing fan. Hello, everyone. I'm John Kernan alongside Dr. Jerry Punch. And Jerry used to live, just a couple of miles away from here. And did you ever imagine this?
John, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, this is how far this sport has come, over the years. When you imagine that Disney's about an hour and a half away and that there would be an interactive theme park purely for motorsports enthusiasts, this is a fantasy. This is a fan's dream come true to be able to come here and be involved in all the things we're going to show you tonight, how to be a part of a pit stop, how to be a part of what the history was of NASCAR and the old service station, see the old Bluebird record-breaking car. So much you can come in and actually put your hands on it and see how NASCAR got to where it is today.
Well, I can hardly believe what we're seeing here tonight. And, Jerry, where do you think NASCAR is going? I mean, can it get any bigger?
Well, I tell you, the car owners are so excited. Bill Francis talked to them. We're talking about expanding the sport. I think probably, I would say in the near future, we could see 34, 35. Someone said, one of the car owners a moment ago said, I wouldn't be surprised, Doc, if we didn't have 40 NASCAR Winston Cup races in a few years, because the sport is that popular and the fans and the Fortune 500 companies demand that we go to those venues.
Well, it is a big deal right now. We've got a lot of people helping us out with our hour-long coverage as Daytona USA opens. Bill Weber will be here in a minute. Also, the Sunday driver for RPM today, Jeff Burton, is here. But first, we're going to check in with the professor, Benny Parsons.
I tell you what, John, for a racing fan, this is like being in a candy store. It's unbelievable. You know, qualifying, we tried to hold qualifying here at the Daytona International Speedway today. Could not do it because of rain. And some of the guys might be over here with a qualifying game, Daytona time trials, or maybe over here, a pit crew contest with the 88 quality care car, or the NASCAR online, the computer, trying to find out what's going on. And over here, they've even got food. I might have to go check that out. But first of all, let me show you something. There's the heroes of the Daytona 500. This is Paul Newman's car they won the 24 hours with. But check this out over here. You want to know how steep 31-degree bank is? Check Hut Strickland, Dale Earnhardt, and Bobby Hamilton's car. That, folks, is 31-degree banking. Unbelievable, isn't it? There are some of the ghosts of the past. But, you know, one guy who didn't qualify today, you would think he would be over here on the time trials, but you're not over there, are you, Jeff Burton? You're someplace else.
Thanks, Benny. We're standing here in the Sega Speedway room. What we're going to do is we got rained out in qualifying today, so we're going to bring 8 Winston Cup drivers in here, and we can find out who can qualify the best on the Sega machines. Y'all come back and watch. It'll be a lot of fun. Back to you, John.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We look forward to that. Now, earlier this year, the NASCAR Winston Cup racing season kicked off with a great race, the Daytona 500. Once again, it came down to the Dale and Dale show.
Here it is, the Dale and Dale show once again here at Daytona. Earnhardt trying to make a move. Look at him switch back and forth. Jarrett blocks him one more time. Here comes Earnhardt to the inside, but he can't make the move. And the Chevrolets race each other back there. Jarrett hanging on down on the inside. Come on, Dale. Put it in the middle, buddy. Do all you can. Winning 2 Daytona 500s will be too much. Here he comes to the line, and Dale Jarrett is going to pull it
That was certainly an exciting finish to the Daytona 500. Of course, that car is a part of Daytona USA, and Bill Weber is now standing over there by that at victory lane, along with the driver and the crew chief. Bill?
Well, John, it was a Sunday afternoon just a little over 4 months ago when Dale Jarrett drove to victory in the Daytona 500. He crossed the finish line. He took the car to victory lane. Then it went through NASCAR inspection, and then it came here. They haven't washed it. They haven't waxed it. And they haven't figured out how to get it the heck out of here. But that's okay. You got a pretty fast car. You got to sit on a little bit, though, now, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a good race car, but we'd sure like to have this thing back out there. And I know the guys in the shop would have liked to have had a little time off and not had to build a new quality care Ford Credit Thunderbird, but they did build me a good one. And I think most of the drivers out here would trade a Daytona 500 victory for a car. I don't know about the car owners would, but the drivers would.
Hey, no crutches. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. As long as I don't try to do too much and stay off of it a little bit, do the exercises they told me to do. Things are coming along, so I feel great. Ready to go Saturday and see if we can win this Pepsi 400.
How about winning? First race, new team, Daytona 500.
Incredible. Who would have ever thought that we could accomplish that? I think we had a lot of confidence coming in, and I knew I had a lot of good people surrounding me, and I knew with Robert and Doug Yates building the engines that I had a good chance, but to come out and do what we did, I don't think we would have even dreamed it up, but it's been a great feeling, and we've enjoyed it, and hopefully this 88 will just be replaced by another one next year.
How about this weekend? Todd Parrott, crew chief, how about your car for here?
I think we got a good one. We ran really good this morning in practice, and we were one of the second quickest car in practice this morning, and didn't get to qualify, but I think we'll be good. We come down here to win this race. We want to wrap up 2 Daytona wins this year, and that's what we come down here for.
Well, that's only been done once in the modern era. That was Bobby Allison, so your guys want to make it a season sweep here at Daytona. How about that? You would enjoy that.
Oh, we sure would. Back in when we did it with Bobby in '82, it was wonderful. But this July the 4th is certainly a great reminder of the freedom that we have in this country and the dreams that you can achieve. I remember walking across these grounds 33 years ago, coming down with a bunch of buddies from college and spending the night in the drive-in theater and then walk right across where the car is. It's really wonderful. The United States is just a great place to live and be.
Well, we appreciate all you coming over here to join us. Obviously a fabulous place, and you're one of the prime exhibits. Congratulations on that win. And they're going to try and make it a sweep here this weekend. John?
Thank you, Bill. Well, the party is just getting started. All the big names are here. We're going to talk to a lot of people. We're going to show you around Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. We'll have more from Daytona in just a few minutes. Special is brought to you in part by Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. Get a look outside. People still coming in for the grand opening, the invitation only, Daytona USA. We've got a lot going on, a lot to show you here tonight. We've been telling you there's all kinds of exhibits. One is called Heroes of the Track, and that's where Benny Parsons is standing by. And Benny, who you got with you?
And this, John, is the Heroes of the Track. There we see Earnhardt, Richard Petty. There's Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Darrell Waltrip, and under there you can get the story, the Daytona story from these drivers. And let's go down and talk to Rusty Wallace about, hey, we've got the real deal. How come you aren't sitting up there with a uniform on?
I don't know. I mean, it looks just like me, doesn't it?
It does.
God, what a deal, huh? This is something else.
This is pretty neat.
This is the first time I've made it in here, and I'm sitting here touching things on this screen and watching myself pop up and talk, and I forgot I did that.
How did you do that, by the way?
Oh, this whole production here was incredible. I mean, all the filming and taping that took place and the cars, and this is a long time planning. This is a really neat deal.
You remember doing that interview?
Yeah, I do. I mean, they asked me all kind of questions, what do I do for a hobby, and it's got pretty personal, so the fans can come down and listen to what I got to say, which isn't a whole lot a lot of times.
How about on Saturday, the Pepsi 400? How's the car running?
It's running real good. We were good in practice today, which I've been good in practice before. When it comes to qualifying time, that's where it doesn't happen, but I believe we're going to qualify real well. We got rained out today, and we're going to try it again tomorrow. I believe we'll be fine.
Well, folks, when you come to Daytona USA, if you don't have the real deal like I did, just push the button and they'll talk to you. John?
That sounds good, Benny. I wonder where your exhibit is. I was looking for it all afternoon, couldn't find it. We're telling you, we got the biggest names in NASCAR here. A lot of the drivers are here, and Jeremy Mayfield is one of those drivers who's in attendance, and he's standing by with Bill Weber.
Okay, John, certainly one of the rising stars in this sport. What a place!
I'm telling you, man, this place is awesome, man. And it's probably the biggest in most entertaining part of racing that I've ever seen anyway. All the neat stuff in here is pretty neat.
Well, they kept Dale Jarrett's car when he won the 500. You got a shot at that next year, but you were fastest in off-season testing. Fourth qualifier down here for the 500. Third at Talladega. How about here tomorrow?
Man, it'd be pretty awesome. We're struggling a little bit as far as qualifying. We feel like we got a good race car, so I think we'll be pretty good.
Okay. You any good at video games?
Not really. Not as good as Jeff Gordon, I heard anyway. He's pretty tough at this stuff, but we'll certainly give him a shot here in a minute.
Okay, Jeremy and I are going to go practice on some of these video games. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bill. I know that Jeff Gordon is really good at those video games, but Jeff, I'm going to have to challenge you because I'm pretty good at those video games too. And we are just getting started. We will have a lot more coming your way. Here is RPM Tonight. Opens Daytona USA. Stay right where you are. We will be right back.
Crews, and Bill has worked very, very hard on rehabilitation. They let him go and get in the car in Talladega on Monday and run. He ran all day long, and Bill said, I felt great. He said, my right leg is is very strong. My left leg is weak, but that's my brake foot, so I may not use the brakes much. So if I run over you, I'm sorry, he told the drivers, but I'm going to push that right pedal down and maybe get a victory. Hey, remember what happened last July? Elliott started 43rd here, John, and came up 33 spots to finish 10th, so he knows how to come from the back.
Bill Elliott, a former winner here. He dominated this place back in the mid-'80s. It's certainly great to see him back. We are, I guess you could say, shifting into high gear as RPM Tonight opens Daytona USA. We will back with a whole lot more in just a moment. RPM Tonight opens Daytona USA. We welcome you back to the world's most famous beach, this interactive racing theme park just outside the Daytona International Speedway. You can come and visit it starting tomorrow morning. Right now, let's go out to Jeff Burton, and Jeff's standing by with Jeff and John Andretti.
Hey, we were walking through the crowd and found John Andretti. Hey, what are you doing here, man? There's no pizza here.
No, but I brought a menu and they have takeout now too.
You got that new pepperoni pizza in there?
Yeah,
they're pushing hard now?
Yeah.
Hey, what have you seen interesting tonight?
A lot of things. I don't know. Looks like they're cutting the body off Jeff Gordon's car there, and then I'm a big motorcycle fan, so I like the motorcycles. I think that they're really cool.
We were standing here, and as we were talking, the body of the 24 car was coming off. I thought that something weird was going on, but it was on strings, so it's all done with mirrors. Hey, somebody's with Hutch Strickland. We're going to send him over and talk to him for a little while.
Well, we've in just a little bit, we'll be talking to the France family. Lisa Kennedy France just sitting down. She's been in charge of Daytona USA, and she's getting situated right now. That Jeff Gordon thing, that's amazing. I mean, I've been here all afternoon, and it's just sat there. But now they push the button, there goes the body. What do you think of that?
Well, I think the fans are really going to understand now. If you're even a casual fan, even if a diehard race fan is going to understand exactly what goes in. The body lifts off that DuPont Chevrolet. You see the roll cage, everything inside. I think they're actually going to fix it where other parts are going to be able to lift off that car. And I'm sure some of the folks today would have liked to see the body lift off the car when he was qualifying, the way he ran a lap at 188.8. But so much of interest here, so much thought went into the preparation of this place. I mean, they just didn't throw a theme park or interactive theme park. They prepared, they thought about what would be great for the fans to see and what would keep everyone's attention. I mean, the drivers and crew chiefs and crew members and their wives have been having a blast tonight. You can imagine when the fans get here tomorrow morning.
Oh, I can just imagine. I like this place already. I asked someone, I said, hey, where's the roller coaster? But after being here, hey, you don't need a roller coaster because you've got a lot of things that are just incredible, and you won't believe it. You got to come here tomorrow morning when the place opens. Right now, let's go over to Benny Parsons, who's with Hutch Strickland. BP?
Thanks very much, John. And Hutch Strickland got it turned around the last couple of races. Been running pretty well.
Well, really have, Benny. You know, I tell you, everybody on the Circuit City team has really been working awful hard on trying to get that Ford up there, and they've been doing a pretty good job. We've been qualifying pretty good, and you know, we just got to develop a little bit better consistency than what we've been having in the past. And I think once we do that, you know, our whole program's really going to turn around for us.
You know, they got your car up on the 31-degree banks right here, and you're in front of Earnhardt and in front of Bobby Hamilton. How did you arrange that? You must have some pull around here to be leading in the Daytona USA.
Well, you know, it is. I tell you, you know, I tell you how I did it. You know, Richard Childress and I was talking about this earlier. What happened, they give me a little bit lower spoiler, and so that you know, that enabled me to get a little bit farther ahead. So, you know,
you only got about 35 degrees. He's got 45 degrees.
Well, yeah, that's, you know, right now that's all it takes for the Fords. So,
and in the morning qualifying, he's got to have 45 degrees. And folks, don't forget, We'll be on 9 o'clock in the morning with qualifying for the Pepsi 400. John?
Thank you, Benny. I will not miss that qualifying, 9 o'clock in the morning. Lisa France Kennedy is joining us. And Lisa, you kind of put this whole thing together, right? Tell me a little bit about how you came up with the idea.
Well, really, I think it was the idea of the fans. We put up a visitor center in 1992, and we had such a positive response. They wanted to see more.
Now, the computers, you've got the NASCAR online. I know you might have a little trouble hearing me. This party's getting a little bit loud right now.
But
the NASCAR online, you've also got what? They can go drive a computer simulation type program?
Absolutely. We have, one of my favorites is the time trials, the Daytona time trials, where you can actually get on the racetrack. And there are many interactive exhibits where the fans usually don't get to participate that way.
Lisa, I got to ask you, and I know you're very modest about what's happened here, but you've done a tremendous job. I mean, the Welcome Center you put together, you designed, you put it all together. It's beautiful. You've been involved with the new suites and new towers and now Daytona USA. And your dad was telling me earlier that's just the beginning of what we're going to do. What's next? I mean, can you give us a hint of what's coming down the line? I mean, this is incredible, but I know you don't want to stop there.
Well, I would like to continue building on the whole entertainment aspect. I think that we've done a good job with the motorsports, but we really need to continue the entertainment and the year-round attraction. I think that's going to be important to us. Fans are here every day, and they want to see something.
I love your grandfather's service station there, the old service station. I got to believe that he and your grandmother Annie are looking down from above, smiling and saying, "Atta baby, Lisa, what a job." I mean, this is absolutely fascinating.
Well, I think Bill Sr. was around today when the rain stopped because I was a little bit concerned about that, and I had a few words with him, so I think they would be. Thank you.
Well, thank you for stopping by and talking to us, Lisa. It's a great job. This is a great park. I'm sure the fans are going to love it.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jerry.
Well, the party is continuing. We're just getting into high gear, you might say. We're shifting up to get our revs up, our RPMs up for our qualifying run. RPM tonight opens Daytona USA. We will have more visitors, more interviews, and who knows where Bill Weber is lurking right now. Back to Daytona USA, just outside the Daytona International Speedway. You're getting a look there of the 24 car, Jeff Gordon's car, and that car comes apart, shows you how one of these NASCAR Winston Cup cars is built. Don't forget, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern, RPM tonight. We cover it all. Monday night, Benny Parsons is with us. We also have Dr. Jerry Punch, and to help us cover Indy cars, we've got Tom Sneeva. Well, right now, we have got the main man, Bill France Jr., sitting next to us. And Mr. France, wow, what a place you've got here.
Well, we're real proud of it. We've got a lot of our folks here at Daytona that have worked hard on it for the last 3 years, and tonight's a big night.
You got to wonder, Billy, if I know Big Bill's got to be looking down from above, and your mom Annie, and they look at this, look down, and he was such a visionary. What do you think he would say if he'd walk in right now and put his arm around you? What do you think he'd say to you about what you've created here in the past couple of years?
Well, first, he'd just say that this is great in his first class, and I think what he would really enjoy would be the historical wall we've got over on the side of the building where you go by the Bluebird, which takes it back. There's pictures there when NASCAR was formed, in the construction of the Daytona track all the way back to the early days, and then bringing into the modern era with the Daytona Speedway construction in '59. So, and the movie we've got here is an awesome movie. We were talking before we came on the air that anybody that sees that is really going to appreciate motorsports.
When you look back at where NASCAR came from, where it is right now, the popularity, you've got an interactive theme park here. What is next? How much more popular can this sport get?
Well, I don't know. You can't stand still. You got to keep doing something bigger and better. So we're going to keep on, trying to make the sport bigger. And not just us, it's everybody that makes it up, the drivers, the teams. Tonight we've got a good turnout of the drivers, and they appreciate it. They've been part of its growth, and they're going to be part of the new growth.
Bill, a couple of years ago, some of the team owners said, when they heard that you may expand the series, said, well, we don't want to expand. We think 31 is fine, 31 races. And now you walk around here and they see how far the sport has come and the Fortune 500 company involvement. And they're starting to say, well, maybe 34, 35. One guy told me, he said, I'd like to run 40 races. They're all excited about making the sport bigger.
Well, everybody would like to run more. It's just a question of how much time there is. And you also have to think of the race teams. Those guys are stretched out pretty good. So it's tight, and if we grow it, we want to grow it right. But there'll be some announcements in the next few weeks. I think that'll will be something new that everybody can hear about. I'll give you a little teaser tonight.
Next couple of weeks, so that's whenever we're going to find out everything. Well, that's certainly very interesting. Mr. France, thank you very much for stopping by and visiting with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, this is a first-class place that we've got here. Let's go over now to Jeff Burton, who's standing by at the Sega Speedway. Jeff, what's going on?
Man, I found something really interesting here. We got Hut Strickland and Joe Nemechek. They're racing, but the problem is Joe's in second, Hut's in sixth. All these guys, they don't even know how to race. So, hey, man, you need to pick it up. What's wrong? What's wrong? How about you? What's wrong with your car? Are you pushing or loose? What's going on? Well, there's always an excuse. Typical driver, there's always something wrong. Hey, I wonder what else is going out there. How about tell us?
Virginia named NASCAR
Rookie of the Year 1977.
All right, this driver from Virginia was named NASCAR's Rookie of the Year in 1977. Now, Wally Dallenbach, Sterling Marlin, Ricky Rudd, Ted Musgraver, Dick Brooks.
You
got to push the button down there.
Robin who?
Which one?
Dick Brooks, we're going for.
Dick Brooks, you're great from Virginia. It's Ricky Rudd's the only guy from Virginia.
I should have known that. I'm going to get killed. I should know better. I'm going to get smoked in this game by you. I can see that right now.
This is a NASCAR trivia, folks, and we can see that Wally Dallenbach knows nothing about it. You see, there's the answer, Ricky Rudd.
Robin helped me on that one.
Tell us, how was the gator hunt?
The gator hunt was fun. We didn't get him yet, but we know where he lives, and he's a big one. So we're going to go back.
Folks, you think about you just a moment ago we proved he didn't have much sense. Well, I'm going to tell you something to convince you he ain't got no sense. For his hobby, he goes hunting alligators, right?
Yeah, well, we have to do there's some big gators over here, and then they eat lots of dogs and things like that. So, and we only go after the big ones, and this is a big one. So we're going to try to get them.
They're trying to protect. Okay, here's another one. In 1966, who built a car known as the Yellow Banana?
I was hardly even born in 1966.
Bud Moore, Junior Johnson, Rusty Wallace, or Bill France?
I'm going to say Junior on this one.
Junior, and you got it right. Okay, it wasn't.
I said number 2 now.
Okay, number 3's gone.
Okay.
They'll eliminate the next one.
Okay.
Come on, let's go, machine. Bill France has been eliminated. Bud Moore was going to be eliminated in a second.
I got one.
And you got one.
I wasn't even around then, so I feel pretty good about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
John, this guy's bad.
Yeah, Benny, I heard that you were supposed to drive that car, but then you ate the yellow banana. That was a bad joke, wasn't it? We have got a whole lot more planned for you, a whole lot in store. At RPM tonight opens Daytona USA. That's Joe Nemechek. Thumbs up. He's in the Sega Speedway having a good time. We're having a great time, and we'll be back with more right after this. This is the actual, no, actually, it's not the actual car. This is part of the pit stop, the 16-second pit stop challenge, something that the fans can get involved with here at Daytona USA. Don't forget, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern, it's live from the Daytona International Speedway, the Pepsi 400. Jeff Gordon, the winner last year, see if he can make it a rarity and win 2 in a row. Let's quickly go over now to the professor, Benny Parsons. Benny, what's happening?
Folks, you see that shot that Dale Earnhardt holding up? That's right, 7 Winston Cup championships, going for number 8. And looking good, 15-point lead.
Well, halfway, that ain't bad. That's like starting a new season, starting the second half. So this Daytona's great, though, isn't it? It's just not something.
This is really something.
I'm really impressed, really excited for NASCAR and the France family. But to bring something like this to the fans, it's awesome.
And you've had a lot of success here. What did I read the other day? 28 times you won in Daytona?
More than anybody else in the world.
More than anybody else in the world, he has won in Daytona 28 times.
Never won the Daytona 500.
And I was not going to mention it.
And I went to the Daytona 500, the film here, the movie, and I didn't win again.
Even in the movies, you don't win. Boy, this guy's really bad. He can't even win in the movies. How's the car running for the Pepsi 400?
Well, it's not as fast in qualifying as we'd have hoped, but, man, I feel good about it. Feel good about the car, so we'll see.
Well, I'll tell you what. Take a look around. Play the game there or something. See what you can figure out.
I'm looking around. I'm going to figure it all out before I play anything.
John.
Thank you, Benny. 28 wins, but, hey, the guy sitting next to me out-qualified him today, Darrell Walter. But, Darrell, before we start talking racing, let's talk about this place. What do you think?
Oh, this place is, folks, you got to come here. Now, I've been to all the, racetracks. I've been to all the places in the world, everything you can do around the racetrack. I went in and I watched that film, and I got to go back and lay down a while. I've never seen a film as exciting as that is. It just captures everything. The sound, the action, I mean, it's all there, and it's incredible.
There we had Bill France a moment ago, and Bill said he's been around the racing all his life. His dad started the sport, and Bill said, I go back and watch that film, and I go home, and I can't go to sleep. It's that exciting.
Well, it really gives me, it makes me appreciate what we do. I mean, I know what we do is tough. I know it's hard work, and I know that all the guys are athletes, but this puts it up there where the fan can really appreciate it, really understand it, and really see it and really feel it. It's amazing. I just can't get over it. It's not your typical home movie, I can tell you that.
You sound like you're pretty pumped up, not only about this place, but chances for this weekend. It looks like you guys are running really well.
Well, we are, and this is a new car. We got a new engine. The guys have done a great job of getting everything ready. You know, we were so bad here in February, took a provisional. We were bad in May, took a provisional. So to come back, and we're on the front row tonight anyway. I'm glad it rained myself. I wish it rained a little sooner and Gordon hadn't got to go out, but anyway, we're happy to be on the front row tonight.
We were doing qualifying live on ESPN2 today, and the back of your car looked like you had luggage back there. You were dragging the ground over in the corners and bouncing off, but you were flying.
Well, Pete and Jeff and the guys, they said, now look, these shocks are really going to suck it down. And I told them when it was over with, I said, I don't ever want to make another race. I know I'm braver than I thought I was, because if that thing had gone in the corner like that, normally I'd come into pit and say, y'all got to work on this thing. I can't drive it. But they told me what it was going to do, and lo and behold, they were right. And we're going to be tough. We're going to be tough the whole second half of the year. I can promise you that.
I got to ask you, the first time in a long time we saw the DW Shuffle. This is the grand opening of Daytona USA. We got to have a DW Shuffle here before we leave you.
Tonight?
You got here, right here on the stage.
Hey, now.
ESPN2 DW Shuffle. Here it comes, a man on the front row. 1989 winner of the Daytona 500.
Let me help you out there, DW.
Let's get him unhooked there. Okay, look at there. Look at that footwork, fans. Oh, is he ready or what, John?
Hey, I told you, we got everything here for you, folks. Darryl,
hey, you don't have to pay anything for that either. That's all part of it. I'm a full-service race driver. I do entertainment. I'm full service.
All right, well, that was certainly entertaining.
Not only that, but you know, NASCAR's really come a long way. We can use our trucks more than once a year now. I used to rent these things. Now you really you can justify owning one.
You have to have one. Well, Darryl, thanks a lot. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, let's go over to the pit stop challenge where Bill Weber is. Bill, what's happening?
Well, this is not the car that Dale Jarrett won the Daytona 500 in. It's part of a demonstration that you, the race fan, can do when you come to Daytona USA. It's hands-on. This is the Daytona USA Ford Quality Care Pit Crew. Their crew chief is Brian King, and they're going to go to work as soon as we get their attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And here they go. Dale Jarrett's car in the pits and the crew over the wall. They're racing against the clock just like teams do on pit road, and you'll be able to do when you come to Daytona USA. Little trouble on the right front. Tire off. Oh, this is going to be a long stop. Costly seconds. Now the car down. You'll have a time to beat when you come down here. Lots of things to do. That's one of them, the Pit Stop Challenge. Let's go to Benny Parsons.
Richard, get it off the wall, man.
Well, you got the light in my eye.
What do you mean I got the light?
Y'all turn that dadgum TV light on, mess me up. Okay, there I go. Now I got it now. Got it. All right, look at that. Your light's in my eyes here. Wait a minute.
Well, we got to have the light so we can see what we're doing.
Yeah, but I don't need it.
You're down on the apron, Richard.
I know. That's my groove.
I'm almost in the wall. Turn it, Richard.
I got it. Look at that. See there? Nothing to it. Uh-oh. What?
Watch out.
This looks like Benny. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
You might make a lap.
Oh, steering.
All right. Hey, your car.
Got the green flag. I just made it around from the caution.
What about Kyle's? He coming back home now? Here he don't have a job.
Well, I'll tell you, if he can't do no better than this, I'm Look, I got my groove. Look at that, right up against the wall, right?
That's where you used to run all the time.
You got it. Just no sparks, though.
What about Kyle? Do you know anything about him?
I don't know what he's going to do. You know, I got to talk to him. I found out today that he wasn't going to be back over there, so we'll see what's going on. But you can't ever tell about him. Bobby's going to be my driver, but Kyle I want to rent a car or something if he can get enough money up.
You know, just think, John Kernan, here's a guy who didn't know his son was going to drive for Felix Sabatos until today.
Well, Benny, you don't always tell your relatives, I suppose, right, Jerry?
You know, Kyle said, I can't go home and drive for Dad. He's too cheap. He won't pay me enough. And then Richard said, I can't afford him. He charges too much. But Richard definitely said that Bobby Hamilton will be his driver next year. But they may consider, the rumor in the garage area, they may consider a second car. And you just heard RP tell Benny they might consider leasing a car to Kyle and let him run. But I think Kyle's going to have a few other opportunities, a few other people knocking on the door here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be quite interesting for Kyle. The plate's going to be pretty full. Speaking of full plates, ours is way full. It's fallen over the sides. We will be back with more in Daytona USA right after this. Automobile, people have been coming to Daytona Beach, the Need for Speed. This is a replica of the 1905 Stanley Steamer. Now, this thing had 2 small steam engines that controlled each rear wheel. And man, I'm telling you, the Stanley Steamer got off to some great starts. Jerry, you ever, seen a steam car race?
Before my time, I think, maybe when you were a little boy they raced them, but I wasn't born yet. Now, I tell you what I did like. I did like seeing that Bluebird over there that Sir Malcolm Campbell ran on the beach here at over 260 miles an hour. You can imagine back years ago, he climbed in that rocket on the beach and ran over almost 270 miles an hour. So much to see here, but no, I don't think I ever saw a steamer up close. I'm going to go see one in a minute, though.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. I tell you what, we've been talking about Kyle Petty and how he is leaving the Sabco racing team. Well, let's hear from Mr. Sabco, otherwise known as Felix Sabates, and he is with Bill Weber.
Okay, and Felix Sabates, obviously, first off, your impressions of this fabulous facility.
I'm speechless.
That's a first right there.
I'm telling you, this is the most incredible thing I have been. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
God almighty. I felt sorry for Benny Parson because, it looked like he was driving a race car and then his old day, he won here. That was incredible. I mean, it is absolutely, if anybody is watching this TV program, which I hope 49 million people are doing it, they got to come to this place and see that movie because that's awesome.
He feels sorry for you, Benny.
I didn't see the movie. Tell me about the movie.
Well, you're behind the seat in a race car, and you're going through those corners. I never realized you guys went through those corners that fast. You got to be crazy to drive a race car here.
That's why I don't do it anymore. Exactly why I don't do it anymore.
Hey, one real quick business question. You guys are making a change at the end of this season. You and your driver going separate ways.
Right, but it's a very amicable situation. We felt it was time for both of us to go in a different direction. Kyle's going to come back next year and be a great winner. We're going to come back next year and be a great winner, so it's good for both of us. And who knows, maybe in a couple of years we'll be back together again.
Okay, and you're hoping to get the victory lane before this season is over, I know.
Kyle promised me 5 wins before now the end of the year. I'm going to hold him responsible to it.
Okay, Felix Sabates, and don't forget, qualifying continues here tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, live on The Deuce.
Thank you, Bill. Yes, we're all looking forward to qualifying in the morning, 9 o'clock, and Dr. Jerry Punch will be there to call the action. Jerry, talk about the changes. I mean, you had rain on the racetrack. That washes some of the rubber off. And there's no practice. They just go right out. The cars sit there, basically, right?
They've impounded the cars and let them take them back to the garage area because they were concerned about the dampness of the water actually getting up into the electronic ignition area. They will let them check the air pressure in the tires, wipe off the windshield, and that's basically fire. That's it. Tomorrow they've already gone through inspection. They'll go out and qualify at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's going to be probably 20 degrees cooler at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, which means Darrell Walter, we talked to a moment ago, he's on the outside front row. Maybe a handful of guys could have beaten him today, but a lot more will have a chance to beat him tomorrow, unfortunately, because of the cooler temperatures. But I still don't think anyone has got a shot at Jeff Gordon. 188.8, folks. He is 2 miles an hour quicker than anybody else that's qualified, although only 9 have run so far.
Well, there is Jeff Gordon, and we've told you about the exhibit, a replica of his car. And look, Jeff's going to push the button, and there we go. Watch this. The car will start to come apart. It kind of sits there and waits and builds anticipation, Jerry. But when we come back, we will check it out and show you what the inside of a NASCAR Winston Cup stock car looks like, the roll cage and all. And this is a great display. You won't want to miss it. We will be back as RPM Tonight opens Daytona USA in just a moment. Special is brought to you in part by Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. Don't forget, this weekend, Sunday, you can catch up with all of the racing news around the world. RPM Today gets you going Sunday morning at 12 noon. Then it's RPM Tonight, Sunday night at 8 o'clock with Stuart Scott, all of the action of the weekend. Well, Jeff Gordon, the defending NASCAR Winston Cup champion, is here, also currently on the pole for this weekend's race. And Jeff, your car is just about ready to come apart back there. What's that all about?
This is a really neat idea. I don't know who came up with it, but I know DuPont wanted to be a part of it, and it's really spectacular. They get to see all sides of a race car, the inside and the outside, and I think it really shows the fan just what is involved in building a Winston Cup car today, and I think it's a whole lot more than anybody can anticipate.
What about the run today in qualifying? I mean, that's a brand new car, right? You tested it down here a couple of weeks ago.
It's a brand new car. We're pretty excited. I mean, you know, when you go and you have as good a test as we had here at Daytona, and this was a couple weeks ago, it's really nice to have a good test and to come out of that test and put it to the racetrack and show that results can happen from a good test.
As we watched your qualifying lap this morning, Jeff, look at the back of the car. It looked like you're looking up toward the sky, the way the car was so soft, but I guess soft in the rear is fast in the front.
These days, you got to have it real soft in the rear to try to get as much of that spoiler out of the air as possible. It helps it get down the straightaways really good. It's not always exactly what you're looking for when you get to the corners, but these days, these cars, they're driving so great through the corners, over the bumps, the shocks. And that's one thing that Ray Evernham's really good at is the shock absorbers. But, you know, I think what's spectacular about what we had going on for us today is that they did a great job on the car. The chassis obviously is a great chassis, but they built a great body on it. But then the engine underneath the hood just made it explode. It just really is what took us over the top. And this is the fastest we've ever been at Daytona.
Now, it looks like not only are you fast, but it looked like the car handles really well. I mean, you were going low through the turns, so how do you figure it's going to do in the race? You set for all that traffic?
Well, this is the only thing about, you know, running this fast is that usually the fastest car in the July race is not always the fastest car in the race. So, you know, Ray's really good, you know, at getting us a lot of downforce, and that's all we're going to work on from here until Saturday is get as much downforce and keep the speed in it. And I think we can do it. We've had a good car here in July in the past. We won this race last year, and we'll see what happens.
Jeff, you've come so far since February when you had such a disappointing finish here. I mean, the first two races of the year, but this team has come back. I mean, like the true champions you were in 1995. That's got to make you as proud as anything, what you guys have done the first 14 races.
Very proud. I've always been proud of my guys, and I knew that, you know, they weren't going to get down on our performances the first two races this year, and they've proven that. You know, they're very strong. Our pit stops have been great. Just really the work ethics that go on at Hendrick Motorsports, especially on our DuPont team, has really come through, and it's exciting to be a part of this team right now, the way they're running.
Hey, I saw some things on the internet that says Jeff Gordon going to Formula One.
You'd be amazed at what you hear and what you see these days, but you know, I like to watch Michael Schumacher, and John Villeneuve's doing a great job, Damon Hill. I like to watch those guys do what they do, but I hope that they like to see me do what I do, and that's drive a NASCAR Winston Cup car.
All right, Jeff, good luck this weekend.
Thanks
for stopping by. Nice ring, champion's ring there. Let's go over to Bill Weber. Bill, where are you?
John, this is another exhibit, hands-on for you race fans. When you come in here, it's called You Call the Race. You come in, you sit down, you watch a race, you call it. And then you get to keep the videotape. So you might be able to call a race where you go, Ricky Craven wins the Daytona 500. Ricky Craven, how does that sound?
Let's play.
Yeah, let's go right now, huh? Hey, how you running?
Good. It's good. We got a good car here. Probably as good a restrictor plate car as we've ever had, and that's a credit to Charlie and the guys. They had to replace the one from Talladega because they couldn't find all the pieces. But so you fans, if you have pieces from that Talladega car, we need them back.
Yeah, but you're okay.
Yeah. This is great. This here is phenomenal.
Marvelous, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a new appreciation for what the France family has done, and everyone needs to be exposed to this. It's a museum of sorts with turn of the century technology. It's amazing. This is as close to the real thing as you can get.
Yeah. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I did, and it's a great way to end. You know, you can't top the movie.
Okay, Ricky Craven, he's all set to go. Don't forget, you call the race. You come on in, you get a tape, you go, Ricky Craven wins at Daytona. Sounds pretty good, huh, guys?
Sounds really great, Bill. Maybe we'll say Bill Weber wins at Daytona. Hey, Jeff Burton is sitting here with us. He's been out roaming the floor, but Jeff, we got you up here on stage. Second half of the year, we're basically kicking it off now. What are the big stories? What's going to happen?
Pretty interesting. Oh, this one's broke. See, I broke that already. That didn't take long. I think the 3-car makes an interesting story with the new rule changes, and that's gonna keep going the whole time. For us personally, I think that for all the new teams like the 88 and myself, we get to go back the second time with actual books, with something that we know something from the first race, and I think that's going to be a help to us.
Well, thank you for helping us out tonight, Jeff Burton, who also appears on RPM Today as a Sunday driver. Appreciate it, Jeff, and I'll try and talk him out of charging you for breaking that microphone, okay? All right, let's go out to Benny Parsons. BP, what about the second half?
Hey, folks, you recognize that picture? That guy, who's that guy look familiar? Hey, that's me. I'm on the wall in Daytona USA. What about that? But, you know, we've got another half the season in 1996. The Pepsi 400 is just halfway, and it is going to be truly exciting. Dale Earnhardt trying to win that 8th championship we talked about just a moment ago. Terry Labonte only 15 points behind, and Jeff Gordon, I think, like 47 points or something like that behind. So the championship is going to be exciting, and a lot of races to be decided who the winners are going to be in 1996. Bill Weber, what you got?
Well, Benny, you caught me practicing over here. You call the race. You know what I'm interested to see in the second half are the new teams that we saw when we first came to Daytona in February. A lot of them have struggled through the first 14 races. This is number 15 here on Saturday. Of course, qualifying continues tomorrow. Be really interested to see how some of these teams run when we go back to tracks for a second time. Another good example of that might be Ernie Irvin. He's looking forward to going back to tracks for a second time and having stronger runs. So that's what I look forward to. Teams that have worked hard in the first half of the season, hoping to get those benefits in the second half of the season. John?
Well, it almost sounds like Bill's talking about himself there. You know, Bill works awfully hard. Maybe he's looking for a little bonus here in the second half of the year. Jerry, what are your impressions for the second half? What's the big story?
John, I think the points race is already getting tighter and tighter. We're beginning to see Rusty Wallace make a surge, having that come off that win at Michigan. We're going to see people like Jeff Burton, who just haven't had a chance with a brand new team to go to some of those tracks. They were going to come back. I think Terry Labonte is going to be awfully strong. Mark Martin really hasn't exerted himself this year. So many drivers should have an impact, not only on who's going to win on Sunday, but who's going to win this point championship in 1996. And I tell you what, Earnhardt isn't going to give anything to anybody, but this is quite a display, and I'm excited just about getting started come Saturday morning.
Well, it should be a great race Saturday. Qualifying still to come tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock live on ESPN2, qualifying for the NASCAR Pepsi 400. We hope you've enjoyed the opening of Daytona USA. For Doc, Benny, Bill, I'm John. Good night, everybody. Because rain
on the 4th of July, the fastest Independence Day celebration in America will blast off as soon as the rain stops. Stay tuned for the Pepsi 400 from Daytona Beach. Here's the good news. The good news is they built this place in 1959, and they have not rained out a Winston Cup race here since. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't intend to start today. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. We're live from Daytona Beach, Florida, where it has been raining. Hey, if you watched our qualifying show, it's been raining most of the last 3 days. But the field is set, and the forecast is questionable. We have a bit of a problem because everything we have is wet except me and my microphone. So I'll stand here and talk for a half hour. Well, no, actually, that's not the plan. Actually, the plan is to tell you, first of all, about the headlines that we've been making here. Bill Elliott is back. Dale Earnhardt gets a teammate. Kyle Petty will be on the move. And the man everybody's chasing at Daytona, that would be Jeff Gordon, the Winston Cup champion, 47 points behind in the standings, but not behind anybody here. 1.6 miles per hour faster than the second fastest qualifier. Gordon will start from the pole for the race, which is scheduled to start at 11 o'clock. Will not happen. It is still raining here. They're going to have a good hour of track drying once the rain stops. So it will be live on ESPN when it happens, but it probably won't happen at 11 o'clock sharp. Now, we're going to have the entire pre-race activity for you down here. We're going to try to dredge some of the drivers out of their motorhomes. We understand that the current point leader is sound asleep over there. Dale Earnhardt is having a nap. My colleague Bill Weber has a wet microphone, and I'm hearing so much noise in my headset that I'm not sure what's supposed to happen next. I know that up on top of the roof, Benny Parsons may be standing by. Benny, you going to bail me out here, buddy?
Hey, Dave, I'm as dry as I can possibly be. No problem up here. I tell you what, but what rain is such a deterrent to a great race because the drivers are all pumped up, they're ready to go, and guess what? The rain's come. But as soon as Earnhardt wakes up, I'm sure he'll charge to the front.
I've lost my cue.
Yeah, I know.
I guess we're... Yeah, I'm actually back at the NASCAR trailer with I'm here. I'm back with
Hey, Benny, I hope you had something good to say. It's now official. I can't hear a thing. We've moved down to the transporter area here where the showers continue to sprinkle down, and we're looking for Dale Jarrett, whom we understand may be up inside the hauler here. Jarrett, of course, comes to Daytona looking for his second straight win on this racetrack. This is the point in the season, midway basically, where we start the second round of visits to all the Winston Cup circuits. The first time here, February, things worked out very nicely, thank you very much, for Mr. Jarrett as he won his second Daytona 500. So, can he do it again today? Well, nobody's won two at Daytona since Bobby Allison did it back in 1982. So we'll hope that perhaps he can pull that off here, or he hopes that certainly. Yes, no, maybe. Looks like he is cloistered inside. Here's the deal. We've got this big delay happening. The drivers know that, so they've all gone to take naps or work on pre-race strategy, or perhaps try to figure out, those who are in trouble as far as speed, what they might be able to do to that car on the first pit stop to try to dial the thing in a little more effectively. So, yes, here comes our first victim of the day, ladies and gentlemen. How about we come under there? I'll bet it's drier there where you are. Mr. Jarrett, welcome to our television show. Thanks for joining us out here in the wet. What are the prospects for making it two in a row on this racetrack?
Well, we've got a good car. We're not as fast as some of the Chevrolets are, especially the 24 and the 4 and the 5 I see is really strong. So we'll have to have quite a bit of help if we're going to make it two in a row here.
Final practice, it sounded like everybody was talking about the 4 car, although the 24 had been so strong in qualifying. Which one of those Chevys are the one you're most worried about being able to keep up with?
Well, I think certainly you have to look at Sterling. I mean, he's won Daytona 500s here. He won at Talladega, so I think he is the man to beat. He seems to be the car that can pass without having much help. He can get at the back of a pack and pass with pretty much at ease. So none of the rest of us can do that, so I'd have to consider him the favorite today.
Let's talk a little about how much things have changed in terms of the parity between the brands here. When you came here for the first race of the year, there was all the talk about the Chevrolet. You had a very, very good car, and the Fords had a great day. There's been a lot of help for the Fords, or at least some help for the Fords since then, and yet the Chevys seem to be the quick guys here. What's going on?
Well, nothing's really changed here as far as Ford and Chevrolet from when we were here in February. The rules are pretty much the same as far as these cars go. But we have to understand is that the 4 car had a problem during that race, didn't finish. The 24 got in an accident. We never got to see how good he was going to be. And the 5 car, I think, was leading the race whenever a plastic bag went up into his air cleaner and carburetor. So we're talking about the same guys that I would have had a tough time beating if they would have been in the race at the end. But you got to be there at the end, so the same things may happen today.
Funny how easy it is to forget all those little details like the guys that didn't finish, huh? What about in terms of strategy? How do you play it when you figure, you know, I may not have quite the car that the guys in front of me do, and yet I know it's 500 miles. As a driver, what do you do to put yourself in the best position to win the thing?
Yeah, that's what I have to do, is position myself in between them somehow, because they're going to want to win the race, and I've got to get in between them somehow to try to get some help to draft by, because that's the only way that I can pass them. So if I can do that, then I've got a shot at it, but that's about the only way. So position is the key to beat this guy standing right here.
I see you sneaking a peek out of the corner of your eye. You've suddenly positioned yourself right between me and the guy everybody's talking about. Thanks. Good luck today. Hadn't been done since '82 with Allison. Good luck in making it 2 in a row at Daytona.
Right, thank you. And don't let him kid you. You know, if he starts saying he's not very fast or anything, correct him, because he's awful fast.
Feel free to stick around and listen and critique if you'd like. We're talking, of course, about Mr. Marlin. Yesterday we were listening on the scanner, and it didn't sound like you guys had a whole lot to complain about. You've got another good Daytona car, don't you?
Well, the Kodak team, they really prepare a great car for here in Talladega and everywhere. But, you know, my guys really take a lot of pride in running good here. And it's my favorite track, and it's home for me. But it's a race that the car's got to handle good. If it, you know, it's kind of hope it's going to be hot and slick, but look, it's going to be overcast. But I think we'll be ready, and we'll just play it here and see what happens.
How much would you tweak the car under perfect circumstances to adjust for that difference? If you set it up for hot and slick and it ends up cool and green, what do you need to change on that first pit stop?
Well, usually, you know, if it's going to be like this, the car may be a little tight up off the corners. I think a lot of guys yesterday was complaining about being tight off the corners and not being loose. If it's real hot, everybody's a little loose, but we'll probably be tight. But we'll just have to see if we get to run today, and hopefully they talk like we got a break coming, so we'll get to run.
Jarrett's kind of put you on the spot here, or put me on the spot, actually. He says, I can't let you fib to me. How strong is that number 4 car? And particularly in my mind, the question is, compared to Gordon, after he was so quick in qualifying, how do you think those two Chevys stack up?
Well, it always seems like our car, we'll qualify, we'll get beat a little bit, but once the race starts, everybody slows down a little more than we do, and our car's in good shape. It's running good, and, you know, we're not going to drive off from anybody. The 24 is running good. You know, Dale's running good. He's act like he's not, and the 28, and a lot of them. But, you know, yesterday drafting, couldn't nobody pull off from each other, and, you know, the best handling car is going to win the race, and hopefully be ours.
Okay, man, good luck. He's been second a bunch here. That's Sterling Marlin. We're going to take a break and come back with more. We're live from Daytona, where the showers are delaying the start of the Pepsi 400. Scheduled to go at 11 whenever it goes. It'll be live on ESPN, and we'll be back with more of the pre-race activity right after this. We're back at Daytona International Speedway, where a shower, an early morning shower, has delayed the start of the Pepsi 400 and has also watered down Mr. Bill Weber's equipment. And I understand that Bill is scrambling over there, standing by with the Winston Cup point leader and pole sitter for the race, Jeff Gordon. We'll figure out a way to get him one way or another. We got a couple more pit reporters we'll draft here. Dr. Jerry Punch is playing stage manager for the moment. And I understand Bob Jenkins, the man who's going to anchor the action, is also standing by to help us out up topside. Are you as dry as Parsons up there, Jenkins?
Oh, yeah, no problem up here. And, of course, when all else fails, come to Bob and Benny, because they're always ready, right?
Don't you love live television?
Well, yeah, and you got to feel sorry for those guys, because imagine, folks, being on live television and none of your equipment works. In other words, we're hearing everything that Dave is saying, but Dave cannot hear the producer. He can't hear anything, and he's flying by the seat of his pants. And hats off to Dave and everybody else down there whose equipment has gotten wet because of all the rain that's fallen here.
We talked about Sterling Marlin and how he's got a great race car. But Jeff Gordon qualified, folks, 1 mile and 6/10 of an hour faster than did Sterling Marlin. But you know, that might be bad.
Yeah?
But his car just literally might be too fast. This is a racetrack during the 4th of July that you really need to handle. And it looks like that they paid too much attention to making a car go fast and not enough downforce. So Gordon's got a very fast race car, but we'll say this rain, this overcast skies, if we race today, will be a benefit to Jeff Gordon.
Let's just hope we do race. Somebody else hoping to race and take the points lead possibly today is the guy who is second in the points coming in, Terry Labonte. He's standing by with a good doctor.
Boy, Terry, what a troublesome start, but you came on strong.
Well, we've had a great first half, and, you know, with the exception of a couple of races, we've been pretty competitive all year long and been pretty consistent. So, you know,